Hi, this is Jim, and I'd like to share with you my journey from basically eating an unhealthy diet and physically being unhealthy to the diet that I follow today, which is really not a diet, but a lifestyle. I was a victim of the sad, standard American diet for many years. As you will see in this presentation, the results were not flattering. Let's begin and go back before I was eating nutritious food. Here I am at about 220, 230 pounds. I always had a weight problem since I was in elementary school, and you can see I was well above my optimal body weight here, as I said, it was not flattering. But it got worse. At my highest weight, I was about 240 and between 240 and 250 pounds. Eating and loving the American diet, or as I refer to it now as the sad diet. A meat and potatoes guy, no veggies for me. Past that, cheese, pizza, french fries, cookies, and whole milk, ice cream, and of course, give me another Coke. I was morbidly obese with uncontrolled type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and a heart attack waiting in the wings. Then in 2012, things changed. I was channel surfing and came across a PBS program from Dr. Joel Fuhrman entitled 3 Steps to Incredible Health. I watched and listened. What he was saying was making sense to me. Take care of your body and your body will take care of you. Break your food addiction. Stop eating low nutrient, high calorie food and switch to high nutrient, low calorie foods. Take charge of your health. You can do this. Then he said something I had never heard before.
You know, I tell my diabetic patients, let's not control your diabetes. If we're controlling it, that means you still have diabetes. We want to get rid of your diabetes.
Did he just say diabetes was reversible? No way. That goes against everything I was told about diabetes. But what if he's right? I couldn't stop asking myself that question. What if he's right? Could switching to a plant-based, high-nutrient, low-calorie lifestyle really work? Could I really give up meat, dairy, cheese, and processed foods? Could the meals really be delicious and healthy, or would everything be bland? And could I learn to make vegetable dishes that really tasted good? Well, the answer was yes. Matter of fact, for me, it was a very big yes. After reading and applying the principles in Eat to Live, I was finally able to make noticeable progress. Encouraged by the results, I started learning more from books, videos, online sources, CDs, and abundant living classes. The more I learned, the easier it became to adopt a healthy living style. In 2013, my wife and I went on our first holistic holiday at sea vegan cruise. It was an amazing learning opportunity. The results were nothing short of amazing. I lost over 100 pounds in about 18 months. I no longer take cholesterol medication. My blood pressure has returned to normal. My type 2 diabetes is not yet reversed, but my A1C is at 6.2, well controlled. My body mass index is under 25%, exactly where it should be for my height. I'm now between 145 and 150 pounds and have more energy than I've had in years. The takeaway here is what you eat can change your health and your life. My story isn't unique. On our 2014 holistic holiday at sea cruise, we heard stories from others who had changed their health and their life. Dr. Jimmy Conway, a 58-year-old orthopedic surgeon from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, had an amazing story of recovery. Let's listen as he tells his story.
58-year-old orthopedic surgeon. My story to a plant-based diet began about 4.5 years ago. I have a very, very strong family history of heart disease. And I was convinced that that was my lot in life, and sure enough, one morning I woke up with left arm pain. But I did know left arm pain was not a good thing to have, so I went to my cardiologist, had some blood work drawn. My cholesterol was 494. My triglycerides were over 3,200. He thought we needed to do a stress test, which was abnormal, and then he thought we needed to do an arteriogram. One of my partners suggested I read the China study. So I read this book on a Saturday and a Sunday, and then I had this test on Monday. My left anterior descending artery, which is known as the widowmaker, was 85% blocked, with an 80% blockage a little further downstream and a 70% blockage of my right main coronary. He thought these blockages were too significant to stent, so he recommended I have a triple bypass. So I was scheduled for that triple bypass that Friday. I went out that Tuesday and found the book, Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease. It was mentioned in the China study. That's how I knew about it. And so I read this book literally in one day. I called my cardiologist and said, you know, I think I want to try diet before I have this surgery. So we literally started from eating anything I wanted, and I did. I ate beef and I liked it fried. Double whammy. So everything we ate was fried. If it was a vegetable, it either had bacon or cheese in it. So I went from eating that way one day to the next day literally being scared to death, and deciding to not eat any animal products. Within 6 months, my cholesterol was 115. My LDL was 15. And my triglycerides were 175.
So, I hope I've shown you that change is not only possible, but achieving it is pretty straightforward. It's a worthwhile goal. I'll give you many of the resources that I used and that helped me accomplish that goal. Step one in the process, I believe, is educating yourself about food and how it can help or hinder your health. Step two is to know how to identify the good, the bad, and the ugly in what you currently may be eating. You are what you eat. Once you know what the bad and ugly foods are, you'll think of them as what they are. What worked for me was to refer to them as poison. Once I took that approach, it was really hard to put poison in my mouth. Step three is to start trying the good foods, reducing the bad, and eliminating the ugly foods. That's where cooking comes in, because unless the food tastes good, you're probably not going to eat it. That's why I created Healthy Cooking with Jim, to show you that you don't have to be a professional chef to make delicious, healthy food.